And chance for wet weather on Thursday, the high 80 to 85. More scattered showers coming in Friday. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Naramore for News Talk Sports for the Triad, WSJS.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd on WSJF.
Embiid maybe 7'2". He plays 6'4" a lot. He gets beat rebounding regularly late in games. You can't convince me you're a great player if you can't win the second playoff series.
Your daily dose of sports talk, reality checks, and I told you so's.
Say what, say what, say what?
Yes, I'm opinionated. I make you think, though, I hope, and react. Join me weeknights, 6 till 9. It's The Herd on WSJS.
Public ice skating is happening at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds. Join them for public skating hours, no school skate days, holiday skating, group skating lessons, and party time skating, because parties on ice are the best. Visit WSFairgrounds.com for more information. Public ice skating is open at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds, your one-stop source for entertainment in Winston-Salem.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up, Oscar! La, 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 la.
Good morning, Triad, and welcome to the Daily Pulse with Steamin' Back.
Now you see me, now you don't want to talk, but I bet you won't.
Your front row seat to the voices, issues, and energy driving the Triad.
Let me calm down. Let me take it easy on, take it easy on.
Get ready to dive into the stories that matter most, the headlines shaping your day, the conversations everyone's having, and the local perspective you won't hear anywhere else.
Hold up, wait, breathe.
The Daily Pulse starts now on WSJS.
The G League affiliate of the Charlotte Hornets, the Greensboro Swarm, is set to make history tonight at the Fieldhouse in Greensboro. Can they eventually win the NBA G League championship? That journey starts tonight in the Triad. We're excited for that, and we're excited to have you on today's Daily Pulse on WSJS. I'm Beck here with you. Christian, as always, driving the ship. How are you, man?
Man, good morning, Steven. I am fantastic. I'm so ready. We have some great guests coming up.
Yeah, great guests, including president of that G League affiliate, Greensboro Swarm team, Steve Swetoha, going to join us next half hour to talk about what is a record-breaking night for the Swarm. But also, we've got some stuff for you on Will Wade's introductory press conference and other basketball news, plus some other sports like the NFL team meetings, league meetings that are happening, and some word from Carolina Panthers head coach Dave Canales coming up in a second. We also are going to have your pulse check in a second as well, but I'm going to hit you, Christian, with our pulse pick question of the day as well. Are music concerts getting too expensive, or are they still worth it? Do you get the bang for your buck?
Man, there's so many good concerts now. I mean, I hate that I was not able to go to more concerts as a younger child. And growing up in the 90s, I didn't get to see a lot of those big groups. And so I really hate that I missed that. But nowadays, with all the flash and the bang in the show, and I'm kind of like, is it worth it? I don't know. But
well, that's what we want to hear from folks today. Is it worth it? What is that? Missy Elliott? Can you bend down, flip it, and reverse it? I don't know. You don't know that song? That's a concert you could go listen to. But our phone number is 336-777-1600, or you can hit us up on social media. We have a poll up on our WSJS Radio X page. And hey, if you don't want to spend the money on tickets, we may even give them away to you. Just join our springtime of winning on WSJS.com. We've got tickets to the 38th Merle Fest concerts, Weezer out there, and also Toto, Christopher Cross, and the Romantics as well. So you don't have to worry about spending money on those. Let's get everybody else started with our headlines for the morning.
Pulse check. It's what's happening right now.
Authorities are investigating a body found in a river in New Bern, North Carolina. and a barge fire incident in Morehead City. A couple of Eastern North Carolina investigations underway this morning. A laid-off Epic Games employee out of the Triangle area was battling cancer and lost life insurance after the Epic Games cut a bunch of their employee base, and that has drawn a lot of public attention and response from leadership, kind of turning into a viral news story there. And we do have wildfire still jumping around that we'll give you more updates on shortly. In some nations headlines this morning, of course, we do have the Iran conflict ongoing, and that's making markets volatile. Stocks mixed this morning. Global markets reacting to that uncertainty in the war, plus oil price spikes, that is. And speaking of the oil price spiking up, the United States gas prices have now topped $4 a gallon for the first time in years, where crude oil per barrel is hovering around $115. Yesterday was a day where a lot of NC State fans sat back and they laughed probably a lot. Or maybe they were sitting and watching this introductory press conference of their former head coach, Will Wade, at LSU, and they pointed at the TV and was like, yeah, that right there is what I was talking about. Those are lies. That's exactly what I was thinking of from Will. During this introductory press conference yesterday, the former Wolfpack head coach defended how he left NC State. He said parts of the situation were, quote, mischaracterized, and he made it clear that he actually had no regrets at all. He stood by the way that he exited, and he actually referenced that, hey, maybe it's Boo Corrigan, the athletic director at NC State, that is trying to cover things up.
I think some of the things have been mischaracterized on how I left, but I'm not going to get into I learned long ago, I'm not going to get into a back and forth on all of that. The people who need to know. And look, everybody has to, when there's a situation like this, everybody has to cover has to cover. Let's put it that way. And so I'm not, I'm at peace with how I left. I'm at peace with what we did. And, look, I mean, they're pretty mad for a coach they didn't think was very good.
That part right there at the end confuses me a bit. I'd never heard many NC State fans say that Will Wade wasn't a good coach. When he was still with the Wolfpack, they never really outlined it that way. They may have felt that he maybe overpaid for some players in the transfer portal with his NIL funds. They may have thought that he wasn't pushing all the right buttons. And some people didn't always appreciate the candor that Will Wade had in post-game press conferences. But I never really heard many of them be like, yeah, he's just an awful coach. Now, many, I'm sure, are ready to turn the page and start thinking about an introductory press conference that NC State's set to have tomorrow to introduce new basketball coach Justin Gainey to the family. But still, there's a lot of bitter people that were watching this press conference yesterday. Will Wade continuing his comments.
We're coming back to make history. We're going to make history one way or the other. We're coming back, like Dr. Ruth said, to try to hang a banner, win a national championship, or I'm going to be the first coach fired from the same school twice. But one way or another, we're going to make history.
Christian, that's the guy I want to be. I want to be fired from big-time college basketball job twice. You know why?
Because you want to make history.
Sure. More like I want to make bank.
I get it.
Each time these people are fired, a lot of times there's a buyout with that. And they're basically paid to go sit on a beach somewhere for a little bit or take a TV gig before you circle back around. Now, while NC State fans, as I said, probably ready to turn the page, get away from this guy, he's done some things that have burnt that bridge. I don't know that Will Wade is exactly ready to fully give up on NC State.
Our team's going to represent Louisiana.
Did you catch that right there? Real fast. It's fast.
Our team's going to represent Louisiana.
Our team's going to represent Louisiana. He about let one slip there, boy. I mean, that would have been tough to backtrack off of. at his introductory press conference, considering how things were just left. So Will Wade, now he's in Baton Rouge. We may or may not hear as much from him until around this time next year, or potentially what I would love, the SEC ACC championship that they do as a kind of MTE setup. I'd love to see LSU and NC State get matched up for that. I think they're doing us all a travesty if not. And some other sports headlines this morning, the NFL league meetings are taking place. You always get that stoic head coach portrait that's taken. It's out there. You should Google that because it's always a bundle of laughs. But some headlines so far out of these league meetings. GM Chris Ballard says it's possible that Anthony Richardson stays with the Colts next year despite the team re-signing Daniel Jones. Cleveland Browns owner Jimmy Haslam says that Deshaun Watson, quarterback there, has a great chance to be their starter. So I don't know how that'll play with Shedeur Sanders sitting behind him. And you know that a big network that covers sports all the time I'll tell you right now, they'll beat that horse to death. Los Angeles Rams, they acknowledged that they had explored trading Devontae Adams before. Now they've rethought that. And more locally here, Carolina Panthers head coach Dave Canales had some thoughts yesterday on running back Jonathan Brooks. Remember, they've now whittled it down to really just rely on one workhorse in the backfield. Here's what Canales said about Jonathan Brooks trying to come back from 2 ACL injuries.
Yeah, I'm open to whatever he wants to bring, and I know what he looked like prior to the injury. I know what that player looks like, so I have that in the back of my mind. And that's a vision that I hope he has too. And so that we can go and attack that. How do we get to a point where you can play your best, where you can be ready? And that'll be our goal. We'll make sure we do the right thing for Jonathan for sure. But I see the excitement. He's been in the building, he's been working out, he's been training with our guys. And I know that he's excited about this opportunity to compete.
So it appears right now plans for the Panthers in the backfield, Chuba Hubbard and Jonathan Brooks there. As we go to take a break, we've got a bit of a breaking news story that happened in between late last night hours and early this morning. Conspiracy theorists are going to be running wild today, and it surrounds Charlie Kirk. We'll share that news with you coming up next on the Daily Pulse on WSJS.
Sports fans, get ready for magic when Wake Forest University's face-to-face speaker forum presents conversation with basketball legend and global businessman Irvin Magic Johnson.
When I go speak, who is my role model? And Dad, I always say it's you. You taught me that anything in life I was going to achieve and get, I had to work for it.
September 16th at 7:30 p.m. at the LJVM Coliseum. The conversation will be moderated by CBS Sports journalist Tracy Wolfson. Get your tickets now at facetoface.wfu.edu.
You wake up craving the latest news, talk, sports, and weather. You tune into WSJS.com, where you listen live worldwide. Dive into stories with your favorite show hosts. Discover the latest concert info and exciting contests. Attend live appearances and cheer for your sports teams. From dusk to dawn, WSJS.com keeps you informed, entertained, and connected. It's your world, your station. Visit WSJS.com today, where news meets you at every moment.
It's time for
Heart-pounding action. Buzzer beaters.
3 seconds, a bucket, layup, good! And the buzzer!
Cinderella stories.
And the fairy tale ride continues.
Championship dreams.
At midcourt, extra pass. And it goes for the win!
Every moment, every game, every upset.
For just the second time ever, a 16 beats a 1.
March Madness lives right here on WSJS, powered by Piedmont Trucks, built for the drive, on the court and the road, by East Coast Wings and Grill, feeding the madness one wing at a time, and by Crossroads Ford in Kernersville. Fast brakes, fast trucks, built Ford Talk.
Rises up 4-3, bucket, oh my!
The road to the championship runs through WSJS and WSJS.com.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
From Greensboro to Winston-Salem to High Point, the Daily Pulse with Stephen Beck keeps the Triad connected and informed.
It's the News Talk Sports Station here in the Triad, WSJS. You stream it on WSJS.com. And you can watch our streamed video as well here in the mornings on YouTube or on X at WSJS Radio and at Stephen Beck TO. We got a pulse pick question of the day today. Are concerts still worth the expense? So far, we've got a full 100% voting on our X page of no in the poll that we have up there. And we want you to get involved at 336-777-1600 with your thoughts on that. Or I'll tell you another super easy way to jump in. Just go to our Contact Us on our website. There's an email address there for our station manager, Tom Hamilton. He said, use that inbox. Rifle off as many emails there as you want of your thoughts on this, because if we hear from you that you want Greensboro Swarm tickets to tonight's game against the Maine Celtics at 6:30 at the Fieldhouse in Greensboro, you answer our pulse pick question of the day. Say, hey, we want the Greensboro Swarm tickets there. You just email T. Hamilton on our website at Contact Us link there, or 336-777-1600. We'll take your call. Christian will hook you up, and we'll get you set and ready as we have Steve Swetoha, the team president, that's going to be joining us this next half hour. Right now, though, there was a story that I saw pop up, and it mentioned the name Charlie Kirk. And anytime that hits my, we'll say, social media or headlines of Google, I'm going to take notice. I'm going to say, well, what is this about? And I take a look at it, and it's a pretty big deal as I understand it. Now, I don't think it's as definitive as the way it sounds, though. You know, sometimes some of these things come out and they sound like, oh, that's huge, and that's really big. For me, I take those things with a bit of a grain of salt because I've been doing this a long time. But defense attorneys for the man accused of shooting and killing Charlie Kirk claim that the bullet does not match the gun that has been tied to that suspect. Its defense claims that the forensic results are inconclusive. But remember, that's still not a proof of innocence at all. Tyler Robinson, 22-year-old, of course, has been arrested at the center of this case, and autopsies have been going on. There's discovery. There's all sorts of stuff in the legal realm that I'm not an attorney. I'm not going to probably dive off into very deep. But the bullet that was recovered from an autopsy on Charlie Kirk cannot be fully matched to the rifle that Tyler Robinson allegedly used. The ATF was reportedly unable to make that ballistic match definitive. Doesn't automatically mean that the bullet came from a different gun. It doesn't certainly mean at all that this suspect in the case is cleared. It just means inconclusive. I'm more of the sports side of things, and you see in the NFL when a play is challenged, or you see in college basketball now that they're challenging calls that, yeah, to the naked eye, it looks like that could be something that may be wrong. But we can't exactly make definitive proof that it is or not. And so that's where I feel like we sit with this. So even without a bullet match, prosecutors still say that they have DNA evidence tied to the weapon. They have other forensic and digital evidence that they can base everything off of. And they have the alleged motive and communications to go along with it. I think really the biggest takeaway from this is that if you happen to be somebody that likes to question a lot, which I find myself doing as well, then you question some of this. There's some conspiracies out there that you could possibly draw off of. Were there more than one shooter? I don't know. Is there other people tied in and involved here? I don't know. I would say that definitely Tyler Robinson is involved, but to what degree and how that plays out in this legal battle, I'm not sure. What may not be inconclusive or conclusive as well is whether or not when I'm driving, I speed, okay? And I'm a guy that likes to put my foot down on the pedal and roll. North Carolina State Troopers, though, we got to warn you, they're out there right now. According to reports, state troopers here in North Carolina are ramping up checkpoints and patrols statewide in a major crackdown on speeding. The campaign, I love how they always title these things. Yeah, click it or ticket. You heard that one?
Oh, yeah. We all know that one.
Yeah. This is the name they're going with this one. Speed a little, lose a lot. It's not bad, I guess.
Short, sweet, to the point.
Right. It includes increased patrols. More checkpoints statewide is happening now through about mid-April. Really, I guess probably also zooming in on families trying to take their spring break travels and trips, and also around Easter. It's going to be, I'm sure, roadways busy. They say that in 2025, 335 people unfortunately passed away due to speed-related crashes. Dozens of deaths here early this year have also been tied to speeding. So expect more marked and unmarked troopers out there, checkpoints, high-speed corridors on the highways, and all that kind of stuff being targeted for these, what is it called? Speed a little, lose a lot campaign that we thought we would share with you this morning. And actually, to tie to this, we have what I find just super intriguing study that's been done by Consumer Reports this morning. What generation has the best drivers? There's a debate for you and your family over the upcoming Easter that we'll have later this weekend. What generation is out there driving the safest? I don't think there's going to be tons of surprises with that. A couple other stories, though, out of North Carolina before we take our break coming up. A bald eagle was rescued after getting tangled in fishing line at the Hall River, but it is expected to make a full recovery. A female bald eagle was found tangled all up in fishing line with a hook also embedded in its wing, and wildlife officials jumped into action, of course, were able to safely capture the eagle, remove the fishing line and the hook there, and they took it to a local rehab and medical care facility where they say the eagle is still recovering well, and it could be released back into the wild within the next 1 to 2 weeks. I have witnessed something close to this myself, but not with a bald eagle. That one's a little bit more rare. Summers, as a young kid, I would frequent fishing at the coast here in North Carolina a lot. You ever seen a pelican all tangled up in this kind of stuff as well?
I haven't seen a pelican, but I bet it's a sight.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it held its composure pretty well. You know, it wasn't people had to kind of hold the beak of the pelican and try to unwrap and unwind different things. I mean, you can imagine lots of lines are out off of a pier setting. These pelicans, they kind of just zoom around, and I don't know, it's really kind of calming to watch them in their formations flying around until, oh, I hooked one, and it's not one in the water. It's a pelican.
Else.
Right, exactly. Another thing that is catching some local news headlines here is the wildfires that we continue to see. And I said yesterday, where do these things start? How does this really get going? Well, now crews are battling a massive 600 plus acre wildfire in Wilkes County. It was first reported this last Sunday around 4:00 in the afternoon. And here in just a couple of days, it has spread out because it started about 3 to 4 acres. Now it's 600 plus. I mean, it's like full speed ahead here, it appears. 20 plus fire departments have responded. 6 people voluntarily evacuated their homes, which I cannot imagine, sitting back and trying to grit my teeth as I run out of there and wait for things to happen with my home. About 20 homes in the area threatened with this. So we'll be thinking of those. And of course, the responders out there trying to battle these flames. Coming up next, we're excited because the Greensboro Swarm have a big night ahead in the Fieldhouse. And we're going to have team president Steve Swetoha joining us next year on the Daily Pulse on WSJS.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-791-1313. That's 800-791-1313.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
Piedmont Triad area weather. Sunny, breezy, and warm weather coming our way for today. Heading for a high right around 80. Mainly clear for the overnight hours and our low at 60. And then we're on our way to the mid 80s for tomorrow. We have an increase of moisture coming in here. We have a chance for a few showers and thunderstorms by the afternoon and evening. Small in chance for wet weather on Thursday, the high 80 to 85. More scattered showers coming in Friday. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Naramore for News Talk Sports for the Triad, WSJS.
Hi, this is Todd Starnes. Join me at 12 noon for the Todd Starnes Show as we dive into the latest in politics, faith, and culture news. You'll hear from top newsmakers and have the chance to share your thoughts.
Tell me something.
Don't miss out on the conversation that matters to you. Make the Todd Starnes Show your home for insightful discussions and lively debates on News Talk Sports for the Triad, WSJS, and WSJS.com.
Once upon a time, there was no radios, so you had to read the news, which was informative, but lacked the thrill of a live debate. Then came national stations, which delivered news but missed the local pulse. And then came WSJS, your triad connection for news, talk, and sports. We're local, and we actually care about what matters to you. So stay informed and engaged right here in the Triad with WSJS, where the Triad comes to talk.
Mercedes-Benz of Winston-Salem is celebrating 55 years of serving our community. Come celebrate with us.
Come together in celebration.
We have an abundance of 2026 Mercedes on the lot, and new models are arriving weekly. Get exceptional pricing during this event. With interest rates as low as 1.99%, you can drive away in your brand new Mercedes today. Mercedes-Benz of Winston-Salem, heavily invested in and proud to serve our community for 55 years.
There's a rabbit on my street and he's acting super weird. There's a rabbit on my street and he's acting super weird. He only comes out this time of year. It's kind of funny, but I think that he might be the Easter Bunny. Sir, is it really you? He said he might be, but I know he's the Easter Bunny.
Happy Easter from WSJS and WSJS.com.
The Daily Pulse, the sound of the Triad amplified. Your front row seat to the voices, issues, and energy driving the Triad.
Great in my waist, I don't flake with the fakes.
Back to the Daily Pulse with Stephen Back.
It is the Pulse. I'm back with you here on WSJS, and follow along with us at WSJS Radio, where you can jump in on our Pulse Pick question of the day about concert tickets and if they're worth the bang for your buck, because we've got a story for you coming up next on that. We're about to have Greensboro Swarm Team President Steve Swetoha join us in just a second. First, though, let's get you reset for this half hour. U.S. gas prices, they've topped out over $4 a gallon now for the first time in years. Crude oil per barrel hovering around $115 per barrel. The markets are volatile considering all the uncertainties right now. Stocks mixed this morning. Global markets reacting to war uncertainties and those elevated oil prices. In North Carolina headlines this morning, well, of course, we've got the wildfires that we just shared with you briefly ago, and a couple other unfortunate headlines like out in eastern North Carolina, where authorities are investigating a couple of strange incidents, one being a body found in the New Bern River, and also a big barge that was on fire, an incident out of Morehead City. But here back locally in the Triad, we have some really exciting news, like a record day here for our Greensboro Swarm team. Of course, they're the G League affiliate of the Charlotte Hornets, and we're really pleased to welcome in team president Steve Swetoha joining us now here on the Daily Pulse. Steve, how are you this morning?
Good morning, Stephen. How are you?
I'm doing well. This is a big day for the franchise. First home playoff game coming up tonight. The Maine Celtics playing in the field house at 6:30. What does this mean, not only for you all as an affiliate of the Hornets, but also just our Triad area?
Well, first of all, thank you for having us. It is a special big day, another first for this franchise. This team has worked so hard. You know, last year we made the single elimination game, had to go on the road. But tonight we play at home against the Maine Celtics, and single elimination. We win tonight. We start all back over tomorrow to play a home game on Friday night, Good Friday. Time to be determined if we can get fortunate to get the win tonight.
So that is exciting. I feel as if the 24-12 record tops out the East this year, but also you referenced their first ever playoff appearance for the team a year ago as well. It's signaling something really special here, that not only are you guys just set out to develop players, obviously, for your affiliate Charlotte Hornets team to get them to the NBA, but it appears that these two squads under the leadership of head coach DJ Baker, they're very competitive.
There's no question. I mean, 24-12 this year, second in the East overall, number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. I got to tell you, like, it starts at the top of our ownership group with Rick Schnall and Gabe Blackman, and then filters down with Jeff Peterson, who runs the entire basketball operations side. And the guy that is sort of unsung hero for us is Cole Teal, our GM. He has worked really hard to get players in here, and from our two-way guys to our G League players, it's competitive. The guys like to win. Great culture. This team is prepared. I always talk about Coach Baker being really buttoned up, and this guy is all basketball. So he's going to have these guys ready to go tonight against a really experienced Maine Celtics team as well. But the Novant Health Fieldhouse should be jumping tonight for sure.
Yeah, so if folks haven't been out to the Fieldhouse before, which the venue there for basketball in general, it's one of my favorite types, in all honesty. Any kind of field house type setting where you have very close proximity to the floor. It creates an environment where everybody can kind of get in there and really get things going, where you feel the momentum picking up for the players actually out on the court as well. What do you expect from, the crowd and other things that people coming to tonight's game may witness, even aside from just the great game between Maine and Greensboro?
Well, Stephen, first of all, the experience, as you said, is off the charts. The furthest row from that top row is 12 rows from the floor. It's not like you're going to other events and you're sitting in the upper deck and, it's not, you don't feel the intimacy. That's the first thing. Our team, our game presentation team, and our entire staff put on a great presentation from the time you walk in to the time you leave. You're going to see NBA talent here tonight. Liam McNeely, who is a high draft in the first round for the Hornets, is here tonight. Tijan Salon is here back, getting a rehab assignment. Number one pick for the Hornets 2 years ago, 6th overall. PJ Hall, a Clemson product. This guy, he's a beast on the boards. It's family entertainment. It's great NBA basketball for really, really affordable price. And, like you said, it's that Fieldhouse feel is intimate, it gets loud, and people are active.
Well, I know the franchise's Hornets team is also kind of in a battle right now if they're on trying to make the playoffs. Educate me just a little bit, though, when you have a farm team, so to speak, your affiliate being the Swarm here locally, does the franchise consider this type of playoff run and say, hey, a guy like Liam McNeely, we need to send him down and try to kind of loan him a little bit to help advance this playoff push?
So, I would say this. I don't have any of those decisions. That's really Jeff, Cam, Totun, and Coach Baker. But look, if the Hornets are healthy as they have been this year, in years past, LaMelo was not healthy most of the time. He's been healthy this year. Our team with the Hornets are healthy. That's not going to give a lot of these guys who just got drafted outside of Khan, who is playing lights out, right? That gives guys like Liam and others a chance to get here and get some time in so that if and when their number and name is called, they're ready to go back and play for the Hornets. A great example of a month ago when we had the suspensions through the Detroit game with the Pistons. PJ Hall was called back for 4 games. He played a huge role in those 4 games. I don't think PJ would have been able to contribute that much if he was sitting on the bench in Charlotte versus getting time and minutes here in Greensboro. So it's a very fluid transition for players back and forth. But we believe that they love coming here to play. They want to get the time and they want to get the reps in. And then when their name is called back with the big club, they're ready to go to make a contribution.
Greensboro Swarm team president Steve Swetoha joining us here on the Daily Pulse. The team, a 24-12 record, topping out in the East this season, having their first franchise home playoff game coming up tonight, 6:30 against the Maine Celtics. Speaking of that team, for folks like maybe myself who haven't watched a ton of G League action this year, maybe give us a little bit of a scout, if you would, for that Maine team.
Well, Ron Harper Jr. is playing for Maine. I don't know if they've called anybody back. As you know, they played in Charlotte on Sunday. The Celtics played in Charlotte on Sunday. We have not seen any transactions that they sent anybody here, a quick 90-minute drive north. But two veteran teams that it's single elimination. And I know all I can share that our team will be ready to go. And as you shared earlier, we hope to have a great turnout tonight. We want people who are coming to the game to wear purple. We will give out the first 500 fans in the building will receive a purple rally towel. So it's pretty exciting. I've been in other leagues, and this is the first time that we've had a chance to host a playoff game in the G League. And hopefully the city continues to get excited about tonight.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love seeing those venues where the rally towels are out, and if everybody kind of gets going and they all start whirling in the air at the same time, that's a really cool sight to be seen. Are there still tickets available for tonight's game, Steve?
There are tickets available tonight starting at $15. Right now we are hoping to have a great walk tonight. The weather should be nice. Listening to the weather report coming up prior to the break. So there shouldn't be any weather issues getting to the building tonight.
Well, we're excited, Steve, and we wish you and the whole franchise a bundle of luck for tonight's matchup. It sounds like it's going to be a really good one. Definitely, we're going to try to push and get people out there to that field house, so it's going to be really jamming and rocking. And we appreciate you getting up with us this morning on the Daily Pulse.
You got it. Thank you so much for having us, Stephen.
Thank you. That was Steve Swetoha tonight. Big night for the G League team that we have now a Hornets NBA franchise pushing the playoff envelope on really all ends at the top tier, and also here already made the playoffs for the affiliate team. And so if you have not plans for this evening, I would encourage you to get out to Greensboro. And hey, if you want them freebies, we got them for you here on the Daily Pulse. All you have to do is jump in or just give Christian a call. He'll hook you up, 336-777-1600. As we head to the break, I'm not sure if concerts are worth the hassle and the big expense. Getting to the field house to see the Swarm, that's easy. And it could be free, as I mentioned. That's even better. But for a big concert, I don't know. We're going to find out. What are 18 things people have stopped buying because prices have got too high? It's coming up next here on the Daily Pulse.
Piedmont trucks know how to mix power with precision, strength with style, tough with tech. They know how to tackle the toughest jobs and make your business shine. They'll help you choose the right Ford truck so every task is a triumph. At Piedmont Trucks, they get trucks. Discover the ultimate in Ford performance at Piedmont Trucks, off I-40 exit 210 in Greensboro. Visit PiedmontTrucks.com or call now to schedule your visit and drive success.
Hi, I'm Jay Delsing, a two-time All-American and PGA Tour veteran of 25 years. I know the game of golf inside and out. Each week, we'll feature celebrity golfers, share their laughs, inside stories, and offer great tips to improve your golf game.
I wanna swing, don't you wanna swing with me?
Brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of Winston-Salem, proudly serving our community for over 50 years. That's Golf with Jay Delsing, Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. on WSJS.
Storm warning, ice cats in danger. This Friday night, your Twin City Thunderbirds are ready to defend home ice as they welcome the PD Ice Cats to town. Expect big hits, fast breaks, and nonstop action. Cats on ice, thunder in the air. Ice cats beware, the nest is loud. Rise up, Thunderbirds. Freeze the cats. Get your tickets now at TwinCityThunderbirds.com. Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at tryethos.com. That's tryethos.com.
In a world sound that moves a million miles a second, Haagen-Dazs invites you to slow down and savor every delicious bite. Take it one almond at a time with the Haagen-Dazs Vanilla Milk Chocolate Almond Bar. Madagascar vanilla, rich milk chocolate, and toasted California almonds make this unmatched icon legendary. Whatever Dazs you savor, a snack bar or your favorite flavor, say goodbye to the fast life and hello to savoring the finest ingredients and the richest and creamiest ice cream. That's Dazs, available at retailers nationwide.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
The Daily Pulse with Stephen Pack, the Triad's heartbeat for news, conversations, and the stories that shape your day.
What's up? Back on a Tuesday of the Daily Pulse. I'm Beck here with you throughout the week. Follow along with me at Stephen Beck TO on X. A great place to jump in on our Pulse Pick questions each and every day we have here. You can do the same at WSJS Radio on X, where you can actually stream this show on both of those if you like the video element. If you're just out there on the roadways this morning, a lot easier if you just go to WSJS.com and stream there instead of fiddling with a dial. We shared gas right now up above $4 a gallon. That pushes a lot of stuff up. Grocery costs are high. Whatever you're buying nowadays, it feels like it's overpriced. Well, that brings us to where people have decided to dispose of certain things that they're spending their money on. These are 18 things that people have supposedly stopped buying because prices got out of hand. And that's where our Pulse Pick question of the day came from today. One of these, the number one actually item on the list, concert tickets. Going out to live venue, listening to somebody. When's the last concert you've been to, Christian?
Oh, gosh. The last one I went to was probably just maybe 2 years ago. I think I went and saw TSO.
Okay.
Trans-Siberian
Yeah.
Orchestra.
That's great.
That was
Never
fun.
seen them. But I always, they're almost, I don't know. What would it be for Christmas if they weren't involved somehow?
Right.
I mean, it's not the reason of the season, clearly, but it's just one of those little side elements. It's like, oh yeah, that kind of makes Christmas special. So that's nice. Well, what do you think at that time the ticket price was for something like that?
Oh, gosh. I think the ticket price was maybe, depending on where you're sitting, it starts roughly between 35 to $50, and then it goes up depending on where you are.
Yeah. So, I mean, you add in that travel, you probably going to grab something to eat, or is a TSO event something that they're shelling out popcorn and corn dogs and whatever else for, or is that?
Yeah, they'll do popcorn and corn dogs and stuff like that, but it's mainly for the show. TSO, it's fantastic.
Yeah. So concert tickets have taken a hit. What's fortunate to follow us here at WSJS is we'll give them to you free. Again, we're not trying to add to your expenses here. So for instance, you go to WSJS.com right now. You could jump into Springtime Winning. It's a banner there. You click it, and you get Merlefest tickets, or you get Weezer tickets, or you get Toto Christopher Cross and the Romantics tickets.
And one thing I was thinking is I love how convenient this stuff is now with electronics, but I miss the days of having, Weezer or Merlefest or whatever, the physical ticket.
You like to save those, put them up on a pegboard?
Yeah. I mean, like if it's something really special or a group that you really want to see, and that they're either no longer going to be touring, or this is going to be some particular artist / show or something like that, you want to have that ticket.
Memento.
That memento.
Yeah. Last time I was at a concert was 11 years ago, Kenny Chesney, Greensboro Coliseum. Haven't been to one since, to be fair. So I'm probably not in the group that had to relinquish these expenditures to save some money. Let's drive down the rest of this list, though. 2 is junk food. Mm-hmm. Number 3, movie tickets. 4 is haircuts. 5, sporting event tickets and merchandise. Number 6, fast food. Number 7, streaming services. They've kind of cut down on how many subscriptions they're using. Name brand groceries. Dining out at restaurants, number 9. Number 10, food delivery services. So DoorDash and Uber, they cut that out. Number 11, coffee from coffee shops. Number 12, alcohol at bars and restaurants while they're out eating and doing those things. Number 13, theme parks and amusement parks. Number 14, people have cut out travel expenses. Number 15, according to this list, is clothing. 16, subscription boxes. I guess like what are those, like dinner meal subscriptions you can get shipped to your home. Number 17, home decor. And number 18, gym memberships. There's a few here that I feel like I look down through this list and I really don't believe it. I mean, this is according to BuzzFeed, by the way. I didn't compile this list. But the few that I feel like, I don't believe that. Junk food. I think people still will buy that.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think they've cut that out.
Absolutely.
Fast food, same way. They're in the same element there. You might cut out going to Ruth's Chris, but you're not going to cut out running through a drive-through somewhere and picking up something because you're pushed up against time.
Especially if you have kids too,
Yeah. Dining out at restaurants, not cutting that out. I think we've gone more into that way than cooking at home for sure. Coffee from coffee shops. People ain't cutting that. That's like the first thing that I always hear when people are looking to save money. They're like, well, maybe if I just don't get that coffee every day on the way to work, take that out. That's saving me probably $6 to $8 a day. Yeah, it's not happening because inevitably you forget. And I know for me, Foster Hobbs hooks me up every day. I can't function without it. I would be a wreck in here. Can't speak. Travel, I thought that was something that people would always find a way to, we're going to save. We're going to do something. Get out of town and unplug. And then the clothing side of things, I could see how maybe they don't buy as much, but I would almost bet that a lot of people are doing that. Here's a debate for you at your Easter table. And I recognize that there may be little surprises here, but I'm willing to debate it. I'll take up the debate. We shared earlier here in North Carolina, our state troopers, they're hitting the road hard during this next little stretch, trying to cut down on speeding. Well, Consumer Affairs put together a report out this morning that ranks the worst drivers. It's based on crash data that they have. So factors that they went into this study with, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, are speeding, careless driving, failure to yield, and wrong way driving. Who's worst? Gen Z, 15 to 29. Second worst, it's me, millennials, age 30 to 44. Gen X, that is, and baby boomers, they're the safest out there. Be safe no matter where you are. Join us tomorrow morning at 9 on the Daily Pulse on WSJS.
This Easter season, Calvary